大工程學院院長黃定發教授、中大教育學院院長范式圖教授、各位講者、傳媒朋友、各位教育界嘅來賓，大家好，歡迎咁多位出席中大賽馬會智慧未來計劃 AI 高峰會。我係 Jess， 嚟自中大英文系5年級嘅學生，亦都係今次 AI 高峰會嘅司儀。
我係 Ronald， 係中大電子工程學系2年級嘅學生，亦都係今次 AI 高峰會嘅司儀。
喺香港賽馬會慈善信託基金嘅捐助之下，香港中文大學工程及教育兩院共同開展咗為期3年嘅中大賽馬會智慧未來計劃，旨在為香港中學創建 AI 課程，促進香港嘅人工智能 AI 教育生態發展。計劃好高興能夠喺眾多教育專家同教育工作者聚首一堂嘅學與教博覽入邊舉行今日嘅 AI 高峰會。主題係創造人工智能未來。
高峰會將會先由中大兩院院長以及計劃首席負責人任陽教授致辭，然後會邀請所有在場嘅講者合照留念。接住會有李開復博士嘅主題演講。主題演講後會有今年中學智能創意比賽嘅頒獎儀式。最後有2個主題討論環節，討論 AI 科技同教育嘅趨勢。
事不宜遲，現在有請中大工程學院院長、卓敏計算機科學與工程學教授黃定發教授致辭。有請黃教授。
Dean Fan, colleagues, distinguished guests, fellow educators, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm delighted to attend in person today's AI Summit. It's also a precious opportunity out of a 2-year COVID-19 pandemic to have such kind of face-to-face interactions with all of you. AI has incredible potential. As a leading institution in Asia in machine learning and AI research, the Chinese University of Hong Kong commits to teaching and research excellence in AI, as well as the development of AI in contributing to the societal needs in serving mankind. Not only triggers a veritable revolutions to every aspect in our life, AI also accelerates the evolutions of teaching and learning. With a forward-looking vision, the CUHK Faculty of Engineering established the first Bachelor of Engineering program in AI in Hong Kong in 2019, which is designed to meet today's tremendous need of well-trained talents in AI and related specialization. I'm excited to share with you that in JUPAS 2021-22 academic year intake, the admission scores of the program increased significantly, reflecting that the program was well recognized by the public. We look ahead to the bright prospects of the first cohort graduates in 2023. Youth are the most essential and promising segment of every city's population. With the generous funding by the Hong Kong Jockey Club Charity Trust in 2019, the faculties of Engineering and Education co-organized this 3-year AI education initiative. CUHK Jockey Club AI for the Future project to educate our future generations with AI knowledge in the secondary level and ensure they are ready for the future. We are pleased to witness the great achievement of the project, which has been a great leap forward in connecting AI education between secondary and university levels. We'll continue devoting support to the project to assist today's young minds to become tomorrow's capable leaders and innovators. Let me take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks to today's distinguished speakers and panelists who have taken time out of the busy schedule to contribute towards the discussion session today. Whatever online or offline sharing, I'm confident that the event will deliver rich rewards to the education sector. Many thanks to the project and City for organizing this inspiring event. I wish the AI Summit a great success and will be inspiring and fruitful to all of you. Hopefully, AI education in Hong Kong will soar from good to great. Thank you very much.
唔該晒黃教授。依家有請中大教育學院院長范式圖教授致辭。有請范教授。
Dean Wang, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, fellow educators, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to join you all today at this AI Summit organized by the CUHK Jockey Club AI for the Future project in this Learning and Teaching Expo 2021. It has been a long time when education professionals like us can gather in person like today. The world is going through tremendous changes in terms of technology innovation and breakthroughs. And such changes will impact how teaching and learning will be done in order to keep up with the new demands of the 21st century. Digital learning is becoming ever more prominent and important, and artificial intelligence will undoubtedly become part and parcel of education in our future. With the strong support from the Hong Kong Jockey Club Charities Trust, the Faculty of Education, together with the Faculty of Engineering, we are delighted to co-organize this forward-looking project. Creating for our AI future not only implies to nurture young innovators, but also means to involve educators and education leaders to build a sustainable AI education ecosystem. The Faculty of Education of the Chinese University of Hong Kong has long been a leading center for teacher training in Hong Kong. We embrace the notion that teachers are also learners, learning new ways of teaching and learning together with their students. To meet the challenges in the AI-infused education in the future, we will use what we learn from this project and others in our professional teacher training so as to prepare teachers for future education. Let's continue our collaborative work and research for forward-thinking, knowledge-based society for further growth and innovation. I would like to thank our distinguished guests and all the participants in this AI Summit. I hope you all have an enjoyable and productive AI Summit here. Thank you very much.
唔該晒范教授。接住落嚟，有請計劃首席負責人任陽教授致歡迎詞。有請任教授。
中大工程學院院長黃定發教授、教育學院院長范式圖教授、各位教育同工、各位來賓、記者朋友們，大家好！我好高興代表中大賽馬會智慧未來計劃歡迎各位出席本計劃嘅 AI 高峰會。學與教博覽係教育界一年一度嘅盛事，俾好多教育工作者同埋專家聚首一堂，探索教育未來嘅發展方向。我哋嘅 AI 高峰會能夠喺學與教博覽2021舉行，係難得嘅機會。我喺呢度感謝香港教育城俾我哋呢個舞台。我哋今次嘅高峰會嘅主題係創造人 工智能未來。相信在座各位都同意 AI 係塑造未來世界嘅重要科技。有鑑於此，教育局近年來亦都喺中學課程加咗入相關嘅 AI 元素。喺香港賽馬會慈善信託基金支持下，香港中文大學工程學院同埋教育學院喺2019年展開咗智慧未來計劃，建立新嘅 AI 初中課程，並促進香港 AI 教育嘅可持續發展。目的係盡早培養新一代嘅學生應對 AI 帶嚟嘅挑戰同埋機遇。雖然過去2年嚴峻嘅疫情十分艱難，然而並沒有搖動我哋推動 AI 教育嘅決心。我衷心多謝中大嘅管理層、各位參與嘅學校、老師、家長以及我哋嘅中大團隊，因為佢哋嘅堅持同埋迎難而上嘅精神，喺艱難嘅時間創建出首套由中大同埋本地中學共同創建並整合嘅一套 AI 課程，就係香港人工智能教育初中課程教學資源套，並開發咗 AI 智能車作為教學工具。我哋個課程亦都喺63間中學試教，至今已經有12000名學生受惠。計劃亦為咗唔少於400名老師提供超過50小時嘅持續專業發展嘅專業培訓。計劃亦舉辦咗2屆中學智能創意比賽，今年嘅主題係適應新常態。比賽吸引咗唔少學校隊伍參加。稍後計劃將頒發今年中學智能創意比賽嘅獎項，大家可以見到參與學校同埋得獎同學喺 AI 科技中嘅創意。然而，計劃需要不斷探索、不斷進步。今日嘅 AI 高峰會，我哋十分榮幸邀請到海外嘅 AI 專家同埋本地資深教育工作者參與 AI 高峰會，共同探討未來嘅 AI 世界、AI 喺教育及研究嘅發展，以及本地 AI 教育嘅趨勢。喺呢度，我多謝親身到場或者係網上參與嘅專家同埋講員。教育係深耕細作嘅工作，我期待稍後各位專家同埋講者嘅分享，能夠成為眾多教育工作者嘅養分，啟發在座各位喺科技教育上有新嘅想法同埋突破。最後，再次多謝在座各位嘅蒞臨同埋參與。計劃將繼續與科技教育嘅持份者合作，努力於中學 AI 學習嘅普及化，裝備香港新一代學生迎接人機共存嘅時代，共同創造美好嘅人工智能未來。多謝。
今日我哋非常榮幸邀請到國際知名 AI 專家李開復博士擔任主題演講嘅講者，題目係 AI 如何改變世界。現在有請計劃副負責人蒙美玲教授為我哋介紹一下李開復博士。
Dean Wong, Dean Fan, colleagues, fellow educators, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Kai-Fu Lee, who is our keynote speaker today. Dr. Lee is the chairman and CEO of Sinovation Ventures and president of Sinovation Ventures Artificial Intelligence Institute. Sinovation Ventures, managing $2.7 billion dual currency investment funds, is a leading venture capital firm focusing on developing the next generation of Chinese high-tech companies. Prior to founding Sinovation in 2009, Dr. Lee was the president of Google China and senior executives at Microsoft, SGI, and Apple. Dr. Lee received his bachelor's degree from computer science from Columbia University, PhD from Carnegie Mellon University, as well as honorary doctorate degrees from both Carnegie Mellon and the City University of Hong Kong. He is the co-chair of Artificial Intelligence Council for World Economic Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Times 100 in 2013, Wired 25 Icons, Asian Business Leader 2018 by Asia House, and followed by over 50 million audience on social media. Today, the title of Kai-Fu's keynote talk is How AI Will Transform Our World by 2041. Thank you.
The AI circle will hugely grow over the next 20 years, but it won't be a full superset of the human capabilities. And it's also my hope that humans will grow because we learn to use AI better and because we improve on our fundamental capabilities in the process.
好多謝李博士咁精彩嘅分享。AI 對未來嘅世界影響深遠，所以計劃積極推行 AI 教育，裝備下一代。今日計劃趁住呢個咁特別嘅日子，同時舉行中學人工智能創意比賽2021嘅頒獎儀式。今年嘅中學智能創意比賽以智慧新常態為題，希望啟發學生以 AI 科技幫助適應我哋生活同工作嘅各種轉變。評審喺57支隊伍當中精挑細選。
以下4隊就係經過初賽同決賽，最後從中脱穎而出嘅得獎隊伍。跟住我哋會進行主題討論嘅環節。第一個討論嘅主題係 AI 教育及研究。呢個環節會深入討論 AI 喺教育同研究入邊嘅應用及最新嘅發展。等我先介紹一下討論環節嘅講者。首先係主持人蒙美玲教授。蒙教授係中大禤永明系統工程與工程管理學講座教授、計劃副負責人、課程發展小組主領兼評估及分析組副主領。中大第二位講者係中大計算機科學與工程學系副教授余秘教授。第三位講者係麻省理工學院香港創新中心執行董事冼超信博士。我哋亦都有一位講者喺線上以遙距方式參與，佢就係 AI Singapore 高級副總監邱勝銘先生。
Okay, so good morning again, everyone. I'm Helen Mang. I'm Chair Professor of Systems Engineering and Engineering Management at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. And I'm going to serve as the moderator of this panel discussion, AI in Education and Research. Today, we're very, very delighted to have invited AI experts to share with us their perspectives on AI education and research. So please allow me to present to you their brief biographies. First, we have Mr. Koo Seng-meng, Senior Deputy Director of AI Innovation at AI Singapore, who is joining us online. Hello, Mr. Koo.
Hello, hi.
Welcome. 大家好，多謝你。AI Singapore is a national program that aims to anchor deep national capabilities in AI, to build an AI ecosystem, and to create a socio-economic impact through the system, through the ecosystem. Next, we have Dr. Charleston Sin. Thank you, Charleston. Executive Director of the MIT Hong Kong Innovation Node. Charleston is a 25-year veteran of the information technology and telecommunications industry, and he is now also a member of the Board of Directors of Hong Kong Cyberport Management Company. And last, but certainly not least, we have my esteemed colleague, Professor Bei Yu, who is Associate Professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at COHK. Professor Yu is also the director of COHK's SmartMore Joint Lab. So for your information, SmartMore is yet another unicorn coming out of Chinese University Faculty of Engineering. Okay, so now let's move on to our discussion. So the first question I wish to lead in is as follows. The use of artificial intelligence in a variety of research fields is speeding up multiple digital revolutions, ranging from healthcare, precision medicine, wearable sensors, to public services, and of course, education around the world. The research direction on AI will shape and become a central force in society. So there are two parts to my question. First, what is the current state of AI research, and what potential opportunities would AI offer? And second, AI research often involves high complexity problems and require large-scale resources. Hence, there is a need to form multidisciplinary teams in multiple locations. What are your views about international collaboration and cooperation in AI research in the coming decade? How can we bring about such collaboration and cooperation? So it's a long question, but I look forward to hearing the views from our panelists. So perhaps may I ask, Charleston, you want to go first? Please.
Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Charleston Sin, and I am not claimed to be an AI researcher, but I have been in the industry observer for a very, very long time. So regarding the questions of AI research, I think you have listening to Dr. Kai-Fu Lee. It's a very detailed about what are the frontier of application area has been used. So I'm going to add on 2 points. One is about MIT, one is about Hong Kong. So about the first one is MIT. So as you expected, MIT as one of the world-leading technology, computer, AI research university in the world. So one area that we found, in particular, over the last few years, is the acceleration of the AI research and the capability of the AI research. So just give you an example. In 2020, we have a PhD student teaching deep learning. And in 2021, in January, he also teach the same course. If you go into the web, and you will find that within 1 year, and the amount of the AI advancement that they can make is actually tremendous. Why I'm saying that in 2020, the first one he did, he need to use a full video of Obama in order to deepfake his voice and his image. In the second year, he can only use one picture from Obama, different picture of Obama, so that he can actually deepfake the whole pictures of it within 1 year. Now, we are really looking forward again in 2022, January. He's going to teach the deep technology. He's going to teach the deep learning again. And the acceleration of 1 year because of the algorithm innovation, because of the cloud computing, computational ability, and also the big data. 3 of them is actually playing an accelerating role of AI. Just like what Dr. Kai-Fu Lee said that, AI is, in his will, is going to get bigger and bigger. And we believe that the acceleration of the use of technology is going to get faster and faster. So that is one area from the MIT point of view. The second area is related to Hong Kong. So because a lot of people think that AI is a technology that they cannot and should not touch, and no ability to touch. I can tell you that this is wrong. So from the AI for the Future, Professor Ren Yang and also Professor Helen Meng, the ability to make AI to be actually, you can use it for every day, and you can actually develop that better application every day using a machine like that, and this is tremendous. If you ask me, if you ask anyone in the world, is it AI? This is definitely AI. So therefore, on one hand, MIT is pushing to accelerate the AI, but on the other hand, in Hong Kong, with AI for the Future and program like that, we are going to take this into new level and make it to the, as of now, secondary school can actually do that. Later on, maybe primary school can do that, because we know that AI is actually used everywhere in the world, anywhere in the world, and without you use it, without you knowing it, it's actually used every day. So therefore, don't be shy about learning the AI. At the end of the day, you will have to learn something about it. You don't need to program it, but you can actually learn how to use it. So that's the message I say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charleston. So we definitely share the same vision, so we must work together.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So how about if would you like to? Okay, how about if I ask Professor Yu?
Okay, thanks very much. So as we know, AI has achieved lots of success in some fields like the video understanding, natural language processing, and also like the medical field. And more important thing is that actually AI company and all the applications has earned a lot of attention from capital. So actually I have one quick video.
Okay, so we have a video. Thank you, Professor Yu.
This is a real story. Actually, SmartMore is our Hong Kong-owned company, AI company, established just less than 2 years ago. In just such a short time, it has got lots of attention, got like $200 million investment, and now SmartMore is the second AI unicorn company in Hong Kong. Okay, and you can see there are lots of the scenarios and applications we have applied AI into. And actually, I'm from the CUHK. Actually, from academic perspective, every day we are developing new algorithms, new ideas about AI, artificial intelligence. But actually, we can see in the near future, we will have more and more concrete integration between the academic and real application and real scenarios. And by this way, we can actually inspire or promote more, not just about promote more research in academia, but also we can actually generate some real commercial value into the AI. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bei. So, Sang-Ming, on to you.
All right. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me well?
Yes.
All right. So thanks to my previous panelists. How I'll see things is this. I mean, for the past decade, we have AI research focusing on the possibilities of modern AI that is characterized by deep learning. And that actually requires quite a fair bit of training data. The more, the better. The more the training data is, the more accurate it is. Now, when it comes to its potential, I would see that actually going the other way. Because when it comes to deep learning, it benefits large corporations, it benefits government, but it doesn't benefit adoptions by small and medium enterprises, which may not have a lot of data. So the way we see things and how Singapore has also been pushing on AI research is on new algorithms and on new techniques that doesn't require a lot of training data. For example, one-shot learning. So AI research we see is in terms of invention of new algorithms that rely less on massive amount of training data to arrive at the prediction model that we want. The second thing will be this. The second thing is, even today, as we look at using AI, a lot of time is done by the machine learning engineers and scientists to find the right machine learning models. So it is both an art and a science. So another research that we see that is going on, which will make it very useful, is the ability for the machine learning model itself to understand what kind of models it should be using given the type of data. That will dramatically reduce the amount of technical knowledge that is required for any enterprises to use AI. As Charleston said, AI is for everyone. It's not just for the purview of people who are in this field. So by reducing the complexity of training AI models, we will see that more and more the use of AI becomes a tool and a utility that any ordinary businesses can use. So we see that potential going along their line. Algorithm becomes easier for the users to use the algorithm.
Thank you very much, Samming. So now I'd like to seize the time and move on to the second question. The global AI education market is projected to reach $3.68 billion by 2023. Many AI-enabled devices and programs are improving learning processes, and students and teachers can leverage the advantages of AI in education to improve their experience and knowledge levels. So how can AI developers further enhance the education technology sector? How will the role of teachers be transformed? So may I go in reverse order as before? Now we start with Samming. Is that okay?
Sure. All right.
Thank you.
So I lead the talent team within AI Singapore, so that is a topic that's very dear to me. When it comes to edutech, many efforts have been talked about the use of AI in classroom or that. But the way we see things is this: I mean, AI cannot be totally replacing the teacher. But today, the teacher is very much oftentimes tasked to teach a lot of students at one go, and they are actually forced to create a one-size-fits-all kind of curriculum model. Using machine learning and using smart algorithm, it becomes an opportunity for educator to be able to do a one-to-one approach in a one-to-many setting. So the way we see it is that AI developers can work more closely with our pedagogical experts to develop automation tools that will allow the teachers to deliver curriculum more effectively and, importantly, free up the teachers' very precious time to be able to identify and provide intervention to students that we need.
Thank you, Samming. So how about Bei?
Sure. Yeah, we all believe that in next 10 years, in both academia and industry, there will be more and more international collaboration and cooperations. Yeah, that's for sure. And currently, China, United States, and European are basically the leading country and regions in the field of AI. But we believe that in near future, this kind of boundary between the country and regions will be kind of blurred. Okay. Another thing I want to mention is that for all the collaboration, it should be rely on the government's attention and some intention to enforce this kind of thing. Regarding in the future, regarding whether we have more institutes or corporations, yeah, actually I want to share two examples. The first example is about COHK. You know, COHK was the first university in Hong Kong establishing the computer science major, and very recently we have a new major in CS department called artificial intelligence, and our boss, the chairman of the department, is here. And I believe he can provide more vision about this new major. So essentially, what I want to say is that we are educating and training our next generation of AI engineers and their pioneers. So we believe we are in the right track. This is one side from the academic perspective. Another thing also from industry, let's still talk about Smart Mall. Established in Hong Kong roughly 1.5 years ago. Now Smart Mall has lots of the business R&D and their development centers in Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Shanghai, Beijing, Suzhou. In addition, they also have this office in Singapore and also Tokyo, Japan. So that's a very clear example about all the collaboration across the countries. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Bei. Certainly, CHK is pushing hard on technology education, and most recently, especially on AI. So, Charleston, please.
Yeah, so since this conference is about 學與教, and a lot of you are educators, so let me give you 3+1. Number one is the same message I gave earlier. So make your student to start early as possible. So early is the key point here, because of when they don't know what they don't know and try it out, it will be a very good time to do. So do it early. The number two is that make sure that the program you're working on is that you can actually get hands-on. So don't talk about reading more books about AI. Like encourage your student and the teachers to actually use the practice to actually get it done. The third point that I want to message I want to give is trying to pick a topic that the youth and the student are very interested. As of now, I think sustainability and climate change now, everyone is actually interested in it. In particular, youth is actually very opinionated in it. So therefore, try to think about a topic that they care about that. Just like the award, right? The award is talk about the social care. So these are the three messages I have. Do it early, hands-on, and also project basis. For example, I just want to give you some of the examples that you see around here. MIT and us are involved with Jockey Cup Support Cool Thing Project. We do it for the primaries 4, 5, 6. And AI for the future, focusing on the junior high school, or we call the middle school, right? So these are the two programs. The ultimate goal is to make it into a curriculum. But when you are getting into Form 4, Form 5, and Form 6, you probably don't have enough time to do as a curriculum. There are a lot of opportunity. You can actually make it as activity, extracurricular activity. For example, just give you an example. MIT has initiated a new program called the RAISE, Responsible AI for Social Empowerment and Education, RAISE, right? And it is a program that MIT decided to integrate all of our AI education together under one umbrella, including the App Inventor, including the Scratch. Just give you another example. On May 13, MIT is going to initiate a day called, next year, May 13, we're going to initiate a call, the Days of AI, where we are going to release a number of 5 levels of curriculum to the world so that you can actually have your student to participate in. We are going to start the training to the teachers ahead probably in January, February, March, so that to get ready for May of 13. So therefore, on one hand, think about in terms of curriculum impact. On the other hand, think about the extracurricular impact, that you can actually balance the both. The key point is start early, find something that they are passionate about, and then most importantly, hands-on. And don't stop because we know that these are the digital literacy. We need to prepare our students way into the future.
Thank you very much, Charleston. I know we are under time pressure, but I'd like to ask our audience if you have any questions to present to our panelists. Yes, Victor.
As Charleston said, we are about learning and teaching. So
yes, Victor.
Maybe the speakers will be can share something about how AI assisted learning in the future. What kind of correct technology we should use?
Yeah, that's a very tough question. Typically, we are working to enhance the AI. Yeah, I'm sure in the future AI can return back to enhance or enable us to have better learning experience. I believe Helen has a lot of experience about this class flipping teaching environment. Yeah, actually, let me give one example. For example, the AI, for example, can understand our human language. Then somehow they can. Yeah, that's a very tough question. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sang-Ming, since you're joining us from so far away, I must save some time for you to comment. Would you like to react to the? Yeah. Thanks.
In response to the question, there are two aspects to it. One is using of AI tools in the business of teaching, and the other one is AI for application itself. For the first one, we have seen some examples before, and there are some solutions out there. For example, if we break down a teacher's time, there's a lot of time taken for grading. So there could be AI system solutions for automatic grading. An Australian teacher actually put up a YouTube video where he used some of the automation tool in MSP to timestamp his lecture and be able to put that up as a resources for his student past the Zoom lesson. Today's everybody is using Zoom lesson. So that it becomes very easy for the students to actually go and check in on each topic and even include some of the Q&A using MSP chatbot. So that's one aspect of it, talking about what kind of tools teacher can use. The other aspect is then embedding AI in education. In Singapore, AI Singapore works with the National Institute of Education, NIE, where we are working with not the STEM teachers, but the non-STEM teacher, because it's important to also introduce concepts of machine learning and data analytics with that. And to that, we're going to roll out 2 micro courses, which is co-developed with the teachers. And that's one thing I would stress. Even as we strongly embrace talking about introducing AI for kids, and that one I totally agree with Charleston, you have to make it relevant. And one way to make it relevant is to involve teachers in the pedagogical design. So our 2 micro courses, one developed with our humanities teacher that talks about Florence Nightingale, and one is a science teacher that is looking at how do you use AI to explain the pendulum action. So there are many ways to go about doing that. Best way I would say is involve both pedagogical experts together with machine learning engineers to create something that is relevant and ensure efficacy for the teachers to introduce into the classroom.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. Charleston, you want to make a quick reaction?
Since Victor is my good friend, I thought about he will ask me that question. But my perspective is instead of focusing on educating, we should focusing on the learn. So think about that, right? Kai Fu talked about TikTok. If you go to YouTube, you will see that Wall Street Journal recently in July did a study, not a scientific study. In TikTok, when you watch 224 video and in 36 minutes, and they can determine what type are you. But we are not seeing that in using this type of technology in the learning. The only as of now, so much material available in the internet. Educating is not the issue. It's to learn is the issue. How to motivate them willing to learn is the issue. I see a lot of opportunity for ed tech, but I think that learning tech is something that we are trying to grab the attention of the student and actually educate accordingly. That's something opportunity. I'm really looking forward everyone to think about that.
Thank you, Charleston. So our time is up. So please join me in thanking our panelists, Mr. Seng-Ming Koo, Dr. Charleston Sin, and Professor Bei Yu. And thank you for attending. Oh, we need a picture.
唔該晒咁多位講者嘅精彩討論。而家有請蒙教授致送紀念品俾幾位在場嘅講者，並嚟到台前合照。唔該晒咁多位，請到台下就座。跟住我哋會進行第二節嘅主題討論，題目係 AI 時代引領教育。計劃會聯同本地科技教育工作者，分享喺 AI 時代之下，香港中小學校、教師同學生等唔同層面嘅持份者點樣迎接普及 AI 教育嘅趨勢。等我先介紹一下呢個討論環節嘅講者。首先係主持人金國慶教授。金教授係中大計算機科學與工程教授兼系主任，計劃網上學習平台組主領。第二位講者係資訊科技教育領袖協會主席、英華書院資訊科技統籌黃建威先生。第三位講者係香港電腦教育學會主席、香港真光書院副校長朱家添先生。第四位講者係香港教育大學賽馬會小學助理校長及創新與科技組統籌主任羅金元先生。現在將時間交俾金教授。
Well, thank you for attending this session. My name is Erwin King, and we're going to try to do bilingual, I guess. So I'm going to say it in English, I guess, but you guys are free to respond in the language of preference. But first, I actually like to maybe do a self-introduction. So what I will do is, oh, do you have a microphone? Who's new? I think we need one more mic. Yes. So I'd like to actually introduce Mr. Albert Wong. Would you like to say a few words? Just maybe a short few words. Yeah.
好，大家都叫做早晨啦。咁就資訊科技教育領袖協會主席黃建威老師，係一位前線老師，都喺學校裏邊教緊電腦科嘅。
好 ，Thank you, Albert. And then we have in the middle, Mr. Ka-Ting Chu. Please introduce yourself.
好，大家好啊！我係香港電腦教育學會主席朱家添老師。我自己本身都喺香港真光書院嗰度做副校長嘅，都係主要做電腦啦同埋 IT 相關嘅一啲嘅工作。
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Mr. Philip Law. Please introduce him.
好，各位大家早晨啊！我係羅金元老師啦。我咧係來自香港教育大學賽馬小學嘅。今日咧，我會代表小學界咧同大家做啲分享嘅。
Thank you, thank you. So this is really, very close to my heart, education, but it's slightly different. We're doing university, but you guys are focusing on the more fundamental ones. So with the rapid development of AI, the education sector has stepped up in recent years to promote AI education. And many primary schools have begun to teach student coding, such as the launch of CoolThink at JC project. CHK Jockey Club AI for the Future project aims to complete a complete AI curriculum for secondary school. In terms of tertiary education, CHK has also launched the first AI bachelor program in Hong Kong since 2019. So my first question to all the panelists is this: what are the differences between the pedagogy and the content at different levels of AI teaching and learning? How should the education sector connect different levels of AI courses. Albert, are you ready? Why don't we go this way and then we'll come back? Yeah.
好啊，我諗最主要咧就係即係頭先講啦，即係喺學界裏邊，如果要推個 AI 嘅話，咁應該係嗰個嘅喺咩程度啊、咩階段啊，同埋應該點樣推咧？我諗首先就一定要有一個好明確，或者即係我哋叫做能夠做到 AI 其實個教育上佢有幾多個唔同嘅 level 啦。因為如果你冇 level 嘅話咧，咁變咗其實喺出邊教咧，可能真係隨手喺個網上高執到呢啲就係 AI 啦，嗰啲就係 AI 啦。咁你教其實對個學生個學習個成長咧係好有問題嘅。我好記得喺2018年嘅時候咧，我係一個公開嘅即係 seminar 上高咧，我都有講過，其實我覺得即係如果學生學習 AI 嘅話咧，都有幾個唔同嘅 level 嘅。咁第一個咧，其實應該就係佢用 AI 啦，即係第二個咧就係知 AI。其實好多學生而家係發覺到佢自己用緊啲 AI 嘅嘢咧，但係佢唔知嗰樣嘢 AI 嚟嘅。咁我哋應該令到佢知道呢樣嘢其實就係 AI enable 到佢。咁去到跟住咧，我覺得佢應該要明 AI， 明點樣去運作。譬如講緊 computer vision， 其實點解佢認到嗰個人嘅樣咧？原因就係因為眼啊、耳啊、口啊、鼻啊各樣嘅嘢。點解我哋講緊一啲嘅電話，佢能夠你俾張相，佢知道你唔係真人，但係你俾個3D 嘅即係人喺面前去認到咧？咁你要知嘅。咁跟住如果再高 level 啲，梗係夾 AI 啦。佢能夠用到啲 API 去用到啲 AI 嘅 service。咁最後我哋更加希望我哋嘅學生將來個社會上高能夠創到嘅 AI。咁如果能夠好明確喺呢幾個 level 上高，佢有咗好多嘅課程指引啊，或者課程內容嘅話咧，咁我覺得唔同嘅程度底下咧，去教係比較容易。譬如可能小學，我哋講緊係用同埋佢知 ，OK， 去到初中係一個明，咁去到可能大學 level， 咁啊去到教授們，梗係希望我哋啲學生能夠創到嘅 AI 啦。咁但係無論任何 level 咧，我覺得最緊要咧有一樣嘢就一定要防 AI。因為呢個就係我哋成個 AI for Future 裏邊最重要嗰個 ethics 嗰個問題啦。
Thank you, Albert.
好，咁啊，我補充少少，因為我自己都係中學嘅。咁我如果一般中學老師都會知啊，初中同高中咧，同學嗰個即係其實佢個 learning objectives 啦，或者佢本身佢對於即係學習上嘅情況咧係非常之唔同嘅。如果喺香港嘅 setting 上邊，咁你喺初中上邊咧，同學係可以多啲機會去學唔同嘅 AI 嘅，即係例如中大咧好好嘅，佢已經即係有一個好完整嘅課程咧，係俾我哋參加嘅學校啦，甚至將來可以係俾其他嘅學校去參考嘅。咁初中咧，我相對上咧會覺得即係同工咧係容易啲可以係去掌握嘅，但係反而高中咧係將來一個挑戰啦，因為香港咧都係比較咧係考試主導嘅。咁你讀 ICT 啊或者相關理工科嘅同學咧，佢都可能喺課堂上老師可以俾多啲機會佢。咁但係我哋希望個 AI 唔係嘅，因為你可能讀商科，甚至乎第日你話讀文科嘅同學咧，其實佢都會接觸 AI，因為頭先我聽好多 professor 都咁講啊。咁我哋冇理由去到高中就斷層嘅。咁點樣喺課堂外嘅地方咧，同學都要有呢個咁嘅接觸咧？呢個就好考起各位老師嘅一啲嘅功力。咁我自己會有啲建議嘅，其實就始終學校仲有啲 assembly 啊，或者一啲嘅聚會啊、課外活動等等啊，其實嗰度都可以滲透到嘅，即係唔一定喺高中咧有課程上面去做。咁同埋我一個咧都要提醒嘅就係喺香港學校咧有一樣嘢叫 assessment。你個 assessment 都要做得到咧，老師就容易啲放落去啦。唔係啫，就好似燒炮仗咁，燒完咧都唔知個成效咧，咁學校都會覺得好難 sustain 到一啲 AI 嘅 curriculum 嘅。
Very good. Assessment, goal, very good. So Albert, let's hear from you.
咁我分享少少啦，咁喺小學方面啦。咁大家咧可能會諗緊啦，小學咧嘅同學究竟點樣學 AI 啦？其實咧，如果大家知道咧，其實喺馬會嘅贊助上面咧，其實有另一個課程叫 Coolthing 嘅。咁你 Coolthing 呢個課程咧，其實已經行咗差唔多4年至5年㗎啦。咁而呢個課程咧，其實接觸層面咧有80成嘅學生嘅。咁嘅意思即係話咧，其實我哋嘅香港嘅小朋友咧喺小學生階段咧，已經係準備咗Scratch 啦同 App Inventor 嘅。咁呢兩點咧係非常之重要嘅，因為咧我哋成日講緊希望小朋友去學到嘅，除咗一個運算思維之外咧，仲掌握到一啲編程嘅技巧，而編程技巧就 relate 到咧係 AI 個狀況嘅。咁所以咧，我哋咧喺嗰個設計上邊咧，喺課程上邊咧係已經係加入咗 AI 元素落去嘅。咁所以咧，我哋嘅小朋友咧，其實喺5、6年班嗰度咧已經開始接觸嘅。咁希望上到去咧中學去到 AI for Future 嘅時候咧，能夠接觸得更加好嘅。 咁呢個係我哋小朋友喺課程上面嘅狀況咯。
Well, thank you. Thank you for a very good view concerning about the AI education. Let's move on to the next question. In 2016, the government released a report on promotion of STEM education. So we're going to talk a little bit about STEM now. Unleashing the potential in innovation, which sets the direction for STEM education in primary and secondary school. Nevertheless, school encountered difficulties in implementing STEM education. Under the school-based models, including insufficient class hours and teaching materials, and lack of opportunities for teacher professional development. I think we addressed some in the AI curriculum here. But here's my question to the panelists. Based on the local experience in the implementation of STEM education in the past, what can the education sector learn when promoting AI education? How can innovative technology education achieve learning outcomes? So this time we're going to start. So please.
好，咁我講講STEM 先啦。其實喺小學界推行 STEM 咧，都幾着力嘅。好多學校啦，甚至好多個場所都一齊去做嘅。其實咧，我自己去觀察咧，其實 STEM 我哋做得都唔錯㗎。即係香港咧，其實 STEM 咧幾百花齊放嘅。有啲可能大家用一個人文角度啦，有啲用可能科技嘅角度啦，有啲用 art 嘅角度啦，一齊咧推動我哋多元化嘅 STEM 嘅。咁所以咧，其實喺 STEM 上面，我哋會諗緊乜嘢咧？我哋會諗緊咧，就係我哋會 relate 到一個 concept 就係叫 design thinking 啊。點解會 design thinking？因為如果 STEM 我哋就咁做一件 product 咧，冇一個對象咧，其實小朋友唔知做啲咩嘅。咁呢一點咧就讓我聯想起 AI 啦。因為如果我哋讓小朋友去接觸 AI， 可能去透過呢個 machine training 啦，教佢啲 model。但係如果個 model 佢冇意義嘅話咧，其實佢意義唔大嘅。亦即係話小朋友學完之後，其實都唔知做咩嘅。所以我哋會諗緊，其實 STEM 係連繫埋 AI 一齊嘅。亦即係話我哋已經建構咗 STEM 呢個基礎啦。咁我哋點樣將 AI 混入咗 STEM 裏頭，令到佢哋嘅智能性做得更加高呢？例如舉個例子，我哋做一個啱啱發明咗一個呢，就係想老人家提示食藥嘅裝置。咁老人家食藥嘅裝置呢，咁當然佢就家長可以 set 咗啲時間俾佢啦。咁到老人家呢，到夠鐘就食藥啦。咁但係其實老人家大家知道佢可能個記憶呢開始模糊啊。咁其實呢，佢可能食嘅藥佢都唔記得嗰隻咩顏色嘅藥㗎喎。咁我哋可唔可以透過一個 machine training 令到老人家即係個機器提醒佢啊，呢隻藥咧係心臟藥嚟嘅，呢隻藥咧係高血壓藥嚟嘅，等佢哋唔好食錯咧。而呢個 machine training 其實小朋友可唔可以做到咧？咁連帶 STEM 嘅一個藥盒可唔可以連埋一齊去做咧？咁呢啲咧都係我哋咧其實小學嗰邊咧諗緊嘅方向咯。
OK， 好，家庭。
好啊，咁我即係。睇翻頭先條問題就係講喺 STEM 嘅一啲發展經驗咧，點樣可以借鏡喺 AI 嗰度啦。咁我想講一個點啫。咁就係其實如果睇到而家香港學校咧做 STEM 其實都已經唔止百花齊放，係我覺得已經係成熟嘅。點解咧？我自己會睇翻個經驗，最緊要就係咧好多時 STEM 唔係講緊嗰5科，呢個 STEM 啦，咁我學校有埋 A 啦，但係其實唔係嘅。而家好多學校如果舊時做咧，甚至係全個學校入邊嘅老師咧都會去學嘅，即係你話文科老師咧好似唔關事，唔係㗎。其實你都要有呢啲咁嘅 sense 嘅因為你都會接觸到學生啦。呢個就好考咧學校，其實就唔係一般老師啦，就係學校管理層咧，究竟佢會唔會將呢樣嘢咧擺喺佢一啲嘅 concern 上邊去做？咁我覺得呢個咧可以去參考喺 AI 個角度嘅。點解咁講咧？其實 AI 而家我哋係教學生 AI 啫。咁但係其實 AI 喺學校都會經常用唔同方式呈現嘅。舉個例子咧，其實而家好多 EdTech 嘅公司咧都係用 AI 幫學校去做一啲嘅 admin 工作啦，或者係做一啲嘅資料分析啦等等嘅。咁其實老師都可以透過認識 AI 咧，佢一定都會參與得到嘅。佢例如我教文科，但係我唔會教 AI， 但係我可能會用到一啲 EdTech 嘅 AI 嘅 technology 去幫我哋自己嘅教學。其實呢個都係讓學生好似頭先 Albert 所講，佢見到咯，係咪啊？佢感受得到原來學校都有咯，咁佢個興趣就會嚟啊！我可唔可以即係學校有得學喎？咁有車仔玩喎，咁老師原來都咁樣可以玩到嘅，咁慢慢個 AI 嘅氣氛，佢間學校先至培養得到咯。
好，
好，最主要首先大家就會回想翻，其實當年我哋推 STEM 嘅時候咧，即係其實STEM 最終喺學校而家落腳係用乜嘢嘅方式落腳咧？我覺得好早期即係講 STEM 嘅時候，好多都會講唔同嘅科目啊，嗰4科就朱副講啊，就唔同嘅科目去大家做。咁但係經歷咗幾年之後，我覺得而家香港嘅學校基本上都統一咗咧，就係培育學生嗰個嘅技能，譬如我哋講嘅21世紀技能。如果你咁樣睇嘅話咧，其實呢個就比較容易去處理嘅。因為我哋講緊無論我哋教啲咩咧，都係希望以學生將來喺社會上高能夠應用到個技能為主。咁所以如果你講 AI，我自己睇咧，我哋唔應該將 AI 變成一嚿嘢有別於 STEM， 因為咁樣做嘅話，其實我哋做老師變咗我哋係追科技。今日有 AI education， 我哋又諗點樣去推；聽日有第二個唔知乜嘢嘅科技嘅時候，我哋咁去推。其實我哋個課時、我哋嘅課堂、我哋嘅課程係好難去跟進。其實我哋應該將佢融入咗擺埋一齊。呢幾年我哋見到有啲學校佢自己本身懂得學校嘅課程課時裏邊咧，佢會抽調一啲時間咧去做一個創新科技堂。其實都係希望學生透過過程裏邊唔係學科技，其實係學咗一啲嘅創意啊、解難啊、溝通啊、協作嘅技能。我覺得呢個反而係最重要。但係如果你講緊有啲咩經驗可以借鏡啦，我覺得呢幾年 STEM 推得咁成功嘅話咧，其實有幾個原因嘅。第一就係因為世界大方向啦。第二就係因為其實香港嘅政府亦都擺咗資源好多嘅宣傳去啦。第三個其實無論喺社會上高唔同嘅 association 啊、唔同嘅大學啊，其實都推出咗好多嘅 support program。我哋令到成個我哋講個場咧係好熱烘烘，大家都覺得呢樣嘢係應該去處理嘅。咁樣做咧，我覺得無論喺學校嚟講，覺得呢樣嘢係應該行嘅，家長唔會有反對。咁我覺得呢個係即係我哋可以借鏡嘅地方咯。我覺得可能係真係會唔會我哋喺個 STEM education 裏邊將個 AI 睇下點樣包落去，點樣去令到學生唔係再講以前純粹 robotic 之類嘅嘢啦。咁樣嘅話就我覺得係咁樣推呢個借鏡就會比較好啲。唔該。
Thank you. Very insightful. And I would say that, the STEM is at a fundamental, right? Now we have the AI curriculum. And then I want to talk about the third part, is the outcome. That relates to the 21st century skills, okay? So in recent years, educators have put out this 21st century skills. And these skills are mainly related to information literacy, creativity, problem-solving skills like Albert you were talking about, design thinking, and citizenship. So what is the relationship between the 21st century skills required in the new era and AI or STEM education? How can AI education help develop these relevant skills for our younger generation, for the workforce and the society? Okay, we're going to ask Catherine to start. Okay?
好啊。咁我估我講其中一項啦，我自己覺得AI 同埋我都想講就係好欣賞中大佢去做呢個 curriculum 嘅時候有一個好 impressive 嘅，因為咧好多時我哋成日講 AI 咧一定係講技術層面啊，個曲點寫啊，個機械人點玩啊，即係好係 hard skill 方式嘅。咁當然呢個都係要嘅，係咪？我自己讀IE 嘅時候，我都係要學呢啲咁嘅計數啊、寫 program。咁但係咧，我最欣賞就係佢有講 ethics 嗰一 part， 就係講嗰個literacy。而家好多時即係正啱啱教育局都係出咗一個價值觀新嘅一個架構啦，去雖然係試行啦，但係大家都會明白到我哋而家嘅小朋友咧係需要更加多嘅即係個道德規範嘅培養嘅，因為個科技係走得好快好快，但係我哋嗰個道德嗰個慢慢去學習咧，唔係一朝一夕嘅。即係我哋教同學咧，可能我教佢曲咧，我1-2個禮拜咧，佢已經寫到㗎啦。我估大家好有經驗嘅。但係你話講到佢點樣運用啊，點樣做得係合乎我哋嘅道德水平咧，唔係1-2個禮拜會令到佢改變，而一個係細水長流。咁呢一個地方咧，我自己會覺得，如果要符合而家將來我哋要走嘅道路咧，每一位即係同工啦，其實都有機會可以參考下，即係再賣多次啦。咁啊，中大嗰個 curriculum 咧真係好好嘅。有嗰個咧，因為我自己學校都係有做相關嘅教育嘅，咁我都好希望咧呢一方面大家都好群策群力咧，係幫到我哋嘅同學，即係佢識得用咧，用得其所。咁咧，我哋將來嗰個年青人咧，先至會係幫到我哋香港去發展咯。
Good, thank you. Philip, would you like?
咁其實我好贊成嘅，因為咧其實道德嗰個層面咧，其實係我哋而家都好 concern。因為正如頭先朱柏豪所講咧，其實 AI 咧我哋講緊佢哋嘅技術可以行得真係好快，即係大家可以睇到我哋可以奧巴馬嗰張相可以變咗即刻變成講乜嘢都得嘅。咁嘅情景之下咧，其實小朋友運用呢方面嘅技能咧，真係可以好快。咁但係其實反映緊呢個道德嘅培養方面啊。所以咧，其實我哋21世紀，我哋除咗着重緊頭先所講嘅技巧之外咧，其實我哋都重視呢個道德上面點樣可以令到我哋小朋友佢哋嘅資訊素養度得特別好嘅。咁除咗呢個之外咧，頭先大家講緊咧，譬如我哋創意啊各方面咧，其實我自己諗緊咧，因為睇過啲少少嘅新聞啦，講緊3年之後咧，其實咧好多嘅工種因為 AI 嘅發展咧開始褪落嚟嘅。其實咧褪嘅係咩工種咧？就係一啲可能重複性啦，一啲可能係需要規範性啦，一啲可以有跡可尋嘅工作啦。咁但係有乜嘢工作又調翻轉係不斷釋放嘅創意啦，佢點樣解決能力啦？因為大家知道21世紀咧，其實個世界充滿咗好多唔同危機啦，有好多問題其實我哋係唔知嘅，甚至有好多問題我哋需要去發現然後去解決嘅。咁呢啲咧其實係相對我哋嘅小朋友咧係需要刻意培育嘅。AI 只不過可能扮演緊係幫我哋處理咗一啲可能好重複性啊，可能好辛苦性嘅工作，而釋放翻個空間俾我哋去解決一啲而家面對嘅社會問題咯。咁所以我哋頭先點解話提出 design thinking 將佢放埋落去呢？係因為我哋好希望小朋友，好譬如頭先舉個例子藥盒嘅故仔啦，佢教識咗個藥盒，去教識個 AI 點樣辨認嗰種藥，咁而釋放翻佢嘅勞力咧，可以去發展一啲其他事情啦。咁所以咧，我哋會諗緊點樣將兩者結合埋一齊咯，嗰度係。
好 ，Albert，
我覺得呢度有幾個 terms 咧，第一個就係21世紀技能啦，第二個就係 information literacy 或者 media literacy 啦，第三個就係 AI 教育。咁你會點睇呢3個 terms 係 parallel 啊，因為大家有啲唔同嘅關係咧？我自己睇其實所謂嘅21世紀技能啦，同埋個 information 或者 media literacy 咧，其實就係我哋個終極目標。咁而 AI education 係其中一個最能夠幫到我哋達到呢啲目標嘅工具嚟嘅。咁因為其實講真咧，你點樣去教一個學生溝通，點樣教佢協作，點樣教佢做呢個創意，其實唔係喺台上高講一個 talk， 俾一本書去背咗佢就係做得到，一定有啲嘅 means 能夠令到佢做得到。咁但係我哋作為前線嘅老師，我哋作為一個教育工作者，我哋唔會同佢講一啲好舊嘅科技，因為咁樣嘅話咧，其實會令到佢即係 lag behind 嘅。其實好似頭先羅 Sir 或者阿朱副所講啦。其實而家啲科技已經係去到嗰個位咧，就算我哋學界唔講嘅話，其實出邊係做緊嘅。OK，咁正如我頭先講啦，我欣賞嘅就係譬如中大個課程裏邊有一個就係講緊 ethics 嗰個問題啦。我哋啲學生如果唔去知嘅話，其實佢真係會錯誤信咗而家網上高好多嘢。我同學生講，以前我哋嘅年代叫有圖有真相，而家有片都唔係真相。OK，咁所以其實要學生知道呢樣嘢嘅話咧，佢一定要知道背後點解會咁樣做。咁同埋我諗最主要就係呢個過程裏邊，除咗我哋真係講緊訓練佢唔同嘅能力之外咧，我哋都要能夠令到學生科技係喺度嘅。我唔教你將來上個網睇你都睇到㗎啦，但係我要你知道個 consequence， 我要你知道點樣先係做一個真真正正我哋社會上高教你 AI、教你21世紀技能、教你 information literacy， 我哋希望你成為一個咩人？咁我覺得呢個係最重要。咁所以個關係咧，我覺得真係一個非常之好嘅 enabler for 我哋嘅21世紀技能同埋 information literacy。
Good. I totally agree, but I want to just ask one very short question to all of you, because we talk so much about information technology in general, AI, and so on and so forth. But we also have other curriculum, like language and social science and so on and so forth. Can you say something about how we could actually integrate this 21st century skill, okay, into other discipline, okay, and maybe even creating AI curriculum within those other discipline, right? I'm going to leave it up to anyone who would like to say something.
我講少少啊，我自己都有同啲舉例啊英文科嘅同事咧，我真係嚇佢啊話過幾年可能你份工都冇啊，咁點解咁講啊？因為將來都唔使學外語啦，係咪？我識母語得㗎啦，所有人同我講英文、講日文、講咩文，我有晒 AI 幫我翻譯，都唔知幾方便，我唔使學啦，咁辛苦，我有時間咪去學其他我有興趣嘅嘢咯。咁英文老師仲需唔需要咧？咁當然呢個即係我當然係客啦，即係冇我相信將來 有生之年都未必會有呢件事發生嘅。英文都應該要大家個 second language，我哋都會係去學習嘅。但係我哋會睇到 AI，即係將來個發展一定係會改變我哋好大嘅。咁個教育界一定會改變。咁我自己會點樣同嗰啲老師去講呢？我再舉多個例，因為早排呢，我又發現呢，原來已經有一啲嘅公司呢係可以即係同啲學生呢係畫畫呢，但係用 AI 幫手去畫畫。咁畫畫都 AI 都做到咯 ，creativity 嘅嘢嚟。咁其實畫畫又可以點樣去做呢？咁我會去諗一樣嘢嘅就係、其實我哋教學生呢，除咗教 skills 之外呢，其實你例如繪畫。我唔會無端端整個 AI 嘅畫去做一樣嘢，因為我有時覺得畫畫係一個藝術欣賞，係一個令我自己可能係放鬆嘅一個方法。即係佢有一啲嘢咧係代替 AI 代替唔到嘅。咁老師你嘅教學嘅就可以做得到呢樣嘢，而其他嘅嘢咧你就可以由 AI 去代替，亦都係可以將 AI 咧滲入到你個課程啦。嗱，重點就係佢有佢嘅生存空間，教到學生，幫到佢。另一方面，佢又可以配合到AI 課程嘅發展。咁如果科即係我講唔晒咁多科啦，但係每一科都一定有佢自己呢一種同 AI 係有機結合嘅一種方式嘅。咁就係有賴呢一啲先導嘅學校啦，佢自己行咗先，之後點樣再喺課程內同其他學科老師嘅一啲嘅交流。咁呢度就希望即係之後中大再有一路培養更加多嘅學校咧，可以分享多啲喺其他學科點樣去做啦。
我講少少先。咁咧，其實咧喺點樣去入課程上面咧，其實喺入課程上面咧，兩個方向啦。咁第一個方向咧，其實大家知道咧，喺老師而家嘅工作上咧，都相當之繁忙嘅。特別係有時咧，我哋要照顧個別差異咧，其實呢個都係我哋幾吃力嘅地方嚟嘅。其實 AI 咧本身咧係可以根據學生而家嘅學習表現，從而派適當嘅教材俾佢哋。而呢種教材咧，其實就幫到老師可以更加盡快攞到 data，然後點樣照顧佢哋咧，提供支援。所以其實我覺得兩者之間係冇任何抵觸性嘅，相反係一種相輔相成嘅。而特別係當而家我哋嘅老師其實咧係一個 open mind 嘅，即係我哋入到課室唔係再係點樣去呈現一堂咁簡單，而係我哋點樣可以俾多啲機會俾學生自己走上台上邊，或者借一個機會去 present 佢自己嘅嘢嘅。咁所以等等呢啲地方咧，其實係需要一個可能透過 AI 將個舞台更加擴闊嘅。咁所以我覺得而家嘅老師咧，向我哋都扮演緊咧係一個 facilitator 啦，即係唔係再係一個主導式嘅教學咯。所以我覺得兩者之間嘅結合性會比較高嘅。
好
我自己即係我自己教咗30幾年書啦嚇，咁啊我20幾年係做 IT in education 啦。其實我會睇到即係如果睇 IT in education 咧，我覺得係呢20幾年我覺得好開心，因為喺成個學界嘅發展真係非常之好。成功嘅地方，我覺得除咗政府肯推動之外咧，其實另外就最主要係有前線嘅老師咧，好肯落水去做。即係你見到 LTEX 做咗10幾年，今日坐喺我哋面前嘅老師，出邊嘅老師，其實真係因為佢哋肯做，佢哋唔係因為上有政策而我下有對策，我真係純粹坐喺度當磨咗個 CPD。咁我覺得如果要推動其他個學科嘅話咧，其實我哋都真係要令到幫到個老師。我好相信其實老師係好肯做，老師唔係想教啲學生10幾年前嘅嘢，老師係想教啲新嘢。但係作為老師，我哋咁忙嘅生活底下，我哋點樣去處理呢？所以如果你話其實都一樣嘅。如果你話真係純粹我哋教呢啲21世紀技能啊，我哋淨係喺電腦科嘅課堂上高教嘅話呢，其實對學生嚟講好割裂㗎。佢亦都知㗎，我上電腦堂咪做呢啲咯，下一堂上中文、上數學、上 PS3 咪又係變咗傳統個方法咯。所以最好就令到喺任何時間、任何科目都係咁。咁即係話其實我哋應該嚟緊要將我哋個 scope 擴大，我哋要令到其他科去知道點樣可以落到水。呢個係一個好偉大嘅 task 嘅。咁當然啦，即係如果能夠令到其他老師有個 support、有個教學資源、有個教學配套、有 training 嘅話呢，我好相信其他老師一定肯先行一步。有先行一步嘅學校，就會令到其他學校點都好呢，一定會行。咁當然啦，呢度一定係我諗馬會啦，即係好重要嘅角色啦，應該係再繼續俾多啲funding出嚟 support 更加多個 project 啦。我前面嗰幾位都已經舉咗手指公啦。咁所以我覺得呢方面係重要嘅。
Thank you. I see Charles was raising give a thumb up because he was talking about be the first to adopt, be fast. So we only have a few more minutes, but I will open up to the floor. So do we have any questions from the audience? Don't be shy. Oh, yes. There was a... Can we have a microphone?
你好，都非常之高興啊！今日見到咁多位嘅教育同工啊、老師啊、校長啊都嚟到參加呢一個嘅panel discussion 啦。都頭先都聽到朱副校所講啦，都想話盡量喺學校多啲唔同嘅 discipline， 或者係喺教科都可以推廣一啲 AI 嘅教育。但係其實如果越嚟越多嘅學生去參與呢一個有關人工智能嘅教育嘅話，其實可能有啲相對嚟講編程能力比較弱嘅學生咧，可能就會相對冇乜興趣。但我相信各位老師啊，或者校長可以教學嘅生涯，可能都遇到過呢啲嘅情況。有冇啲咩經驗可以分享下？點樣去引起一啲對於呢個人工智能可能佢嘅掌握能力冇咁強嘅學生，可以點樣引起佢哋嘅興趣，去更加去 adapt to 呢一個嘅 curriculum 咧
？Very good question.
簡單嚟講，先做咗 cool thing 先啦。係啦，當佢小學做咗 cool thing嘅話咧，佢上中學嘅 AI 咧就應該係好順暢。我覺得其實以前嚟講，尤其是好似我哋讀書個年代啦，或者即係我下一輩嘅學生啦，我哋之所以有時咁對編程教育係唔係咁中意嘅話咧，因為我哋太多時個 frustration 或者打擊我哋咧，就係喺個 syntax 上高寫漏個 comma 寫咗個 colon 喎。OK， 咁其實自己唔知咧，咁其實嗰類咧會令到個學生真係好 frustrate。但係其實而家嘅 block programming 咧係令到好多學生咧係覺得好有興趣，而且唔係圖貴，唔係純粹畫個三角形不斷咁畫粒星幾多72度、144度。其實而家已經係比較少數學嘅 involvement。以前我哋學嗰啲 logo 真係好多數學嘅 involvement 啦，數學渣啲其實你都畫唔到嘢。咁但係而家好多 visualize 嘅，寫 games 啊、寫迷宮啊。我覺得其實學生嚟講，佢一開始嘅時候，某程度上係一張白紙嚟嘅。OK。咁我哋俾個編程教育佢用一啲有趣啲嘅，甚至乎喺初小嘅時候用一啲嘅 unplug coding 嘅話咧，會令到對呢個掌握咗興趣嘅話咧，其實跟住學 AI 咧，其實佢就會好啲。咁另外其實 AI 都有好多個唔同嘅 domain 嘅。我覺得如果你真係要編程去做 AI，其實反而嗰度係你要多少少嘅 coding 嘅元素。但係你話如果佢講緊佢點樣去用，例如話，譬如我哋學校最近參加咗 Microsoft 嘅Emerging Junior 咁其實佢講緊係有個構思。呢個構思雖然係未去到 coding 嘅部分，但係其實呢個構思已經係非常之好。咁個構思裏邊佢只係知道 AI 做到啲乜嘢，點樣做係下一步。OK， 咁我嘅 comment 係呢一樣嘢。
好，
我補充少少。我相信老師問呢個咧就好好嘅，因為啱啱就係到我哋老師最專業嘅 point， 就係永遠都唔會有 AI 可以代替老師嘅角色，就係我哋老師專業喺嗰個教學法。因為我哋個教學法能夠諗得好嘅時候咧，其實係可以有效可以減低嗰個學習差異嘅。咁有度咧，我又講翻中大嗰度好咧，就係我哋可以觀課嘅。齋睇 curriculum 咧，永遠都唔知道點教嘅。你睇下同工點樣教嘅時候咧，嗱雖然間學校唔同，但係你睇過佢啲方法咧，你大概自己都會諗下，我呢一套放喺我自己學校有乜嘢嘅問題，有咩差異嚇？咁你就喺個教學法上面咧，就去改進。咁你話具體有啲咩講咧？咁例如我自己學校可能會做多啲嘅就係本身我會 co-teach 嘅，所有啲我哋教好多嘅。同同事一齊備課一齊去教嘅時候咧，個學習差異會低好多。即係真係有同學佢跟唔到一定㗎啦，冇可能冇嘅。咁我哋都會有老師咧再照顧佢嚇，可能放學再幫佢都會有咁嘅可能性嘅。咁再加上做嘅時候咧，我哋啲 task 我哋會做 project。我哋會係 authentic 一啲嘅，令到學生咧係佢有興趣去玩呢一樣嘢咧，自然佢都會放好多時間。即係我哋都感覺到有啲同學做 project 咧係會即係做功課就唔會留喺學校做嘅，做 project 就會日日就坐喺度，唔知點解要做到搞得掂為止嘅。咁呢個咧就係可以幫到好多唔同嘅同學出嚟咯。
係咁我成頭先 Albert 所講啦，其實咧。坦白講咧，其實我哋而家見到我哋喺低年班啦、小學教緊嘅 Cooling 嘅課程咧，其實係相當之重視佢哋嘅數碼充權嘅。咩叫數碼充權咧？即係話我哋咧唔係話要求個學生做到晒我哋跟晒我哋一步一步嘅地方，而係我哋好預留一個 project 嘅時間咧，俾佢創造佢自己基本起做嘅嘢。咁呢樣嘢咧其實好重要，因為小朋友咧佢中唔中意嗰樣嘢咧，有時唔係個 coding 難唔難，而係嗰樣嘢有冇趣味。即係有時，如果我哋用講啲就話，而家可能大家追鏡粉啦，係咪？其實啲小朋友已經將我哋喺Cooling 裏頭個課程咧，即係變成咗佢哋自己喜歡嘅東西，變成一個好大嘅動力啊！所以其實 AI 個課程緊接落去咧，其實唔係太難嘅，因為根本小朋友地基上邊，我哋已經喺度着重 發展學生點樣去有能力，點樣覺得有趣味，有趣味佢哋就有 motivation 做好嘅。所以呢一方面咧，我哋有信心嘅我哋。
Thank you. Thank you for all the panelists. Now, I believe we're running out of time. We have a lot of good discussion from the STEM education to the AI education to the 21st century skills. These are very important topics, and this is the right place to explore and see. Even outside, there are many booths. So I hope that you will enjoy your day here and continue to explore how AI and information technology and STEM could help education in the future. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
唔該晒咁多位講者咁豐富嘅分享，我哋都期望 AI 教育能夠喺香港扎根。隨住咁精彩嘅演講同討論都已經完成，中大賽馬會智慧未來計劃喺學與教博覽2021嘅 AI 高峰會經已圓滿結束。我哋喺21世紀教室隔離設置咗攤位，亦即係 J42號攤位。歡迎大家嚟參加，了解多啲究竟我哋嘅計劃點樣喺初中推行 AI 教育。希望未來亦都可以喺其他活動見到咁多位。多謝。